So Zeta collapsed after her match. Zeta Steels, I believe, is that her name? And she is the WWE ID prospect, the one who was like at the Performance Center the other week. And this guy, SNSR 619, is saying, I hope she's fine. I'm glad medical came to her quick enough. And then she actually responded. We have her response. I believe it's up here. And she's like, I passed out because, let me see. Zeta Steel, she said, I collapsed after my match last night due to lack of sleep and eating. So let this be a reminder to take care and listen to your body. Yeah, real talk there. And I'm glad she's okay too. That's scary. So I posed the question on X, is this too far or nah? Okay. And it's HUT Pro. I'm not even sure. I saw this clip on like Instagram or something. Heart of Texas. So HOT Pro Wrestling. And this guy comes out and just heals like around children.
The following podcast is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Yo, that's awesome.
Axel, Texas.
And it's funny because the kid doesn't get why everyone's laughing at him after, too. I've been there. Flips the baby off at the end. Yo, that's the funniest part. Right there. That is hilarious, dude. Oh my God. Shout out Matt Locke. Is that too far, chat? Let me know. Is that going too far? Or is that right on point for a job in AEW? No, I'm joking. Ezekiel Jackson is coming back. The former Intercontinental Champion is set to wrestle his first match in 10 years. Shout him out, man. Miro works first post AEW match. He worked against Alberto El Patron in Qatar, probably for a big old bag. And TNA was actually associated with the show. And I don't think the results are out yet. But again, the sickos jump on him and they're like, oh, he refuses to job in AEW and goes and jobs and to Alberto. And it's like, I don't know if he did. I think the results are still being kept, aren't even released yet. So, and even if he did lose, he got paid probably some money to do that. And yeah, and he's probably presented as a former WWE superstar and shit, bro. I wouldn't worry about it, sickos. You guys weren't worried this whole time that he's been not on the TV show that we've been begging him to be on. So here's a little funny. I don't know if this is a sicko. Maybe this should have been in the sick. It actually should have been, but I put it in miscellaneous. So here's a throwback to a dude who got robbed and tells his story. But the thing that bummed him out. Now, this isn't as sad as like, you guys know that documentary on Netflix, Making a Murderer, where that dude ended up really being the murderer. Like the documentary tried to make it out like he was innocent, but then really all that got debunked. And it was like, no, he's actually guilty of this. And then when he was told he was going to jail, there was that phone call where he's like, oh, so I'm going to miss SummerSlam. This is sort of like that. So let's watch this. This popped me hilariously.
Shot in the eye during a robbery last week. Thomas was taken to the hospital in critical condition. His son Henry at his side.
There were moments where he was in and out. And at one of the moments I asked him, did he want to hear about the people that were stopping by or calling? And he nodded his head yes.
Doctors told Thomas he'll likely lose vision in that eye. He's going to Philadelphia next week to seek a second opinion.
He's got a ways to go, I think. But to watch the progress over the last 6 days, I guess, it's been incredible.
Thomas says he used to be a gloomy pessimist, an outlook on life that's changed over time and helped.
That preclude maybe present understanding, but
this turns out it's wrestling that really ruined his week.
That's the worst thing that happened to me all week. The Rock beat Punk. Did you know that?
Now, Thomas was referring to WWE superstars The Rock and CM Punk. The two squared off this past weekend, and as you heard, Thomas not too thrilled that The Rock won that match.
The worst thing that happened to me, the goddamn Rock beat Punk. That's hilarious, dude. Sickos for the win. Let's give him a sicko just because, let's be honest, we're all sickos and wackos here. Some just take it to a whole other level. So in case you missed it, Maple Leaf Pro, TNA World Champ Rich Swann is coming to MLP. So I guess he's just really done with TNA. And yeah, Casey Navarro's just officially filled that slot, and we won't get the trio of the Rich Swann joining them again, maybe one day, but as of now, working with MLP, and yeah, hopefully he's good and he's on the up and up and on the straight and narrow. And yeah, I don't want to like speculate on his last legal trouble there, but in Canada, it's kind of hard to get into Canada when you have things, you know, in or out. So yeah, I would just be thankful he can still work, and hopefully he's on the right path with whatever's going on in his life, where yeah, keeps popping off when he seems to be really peaking, and you know, like when he's at the tippy top of his game. 2 or 3 times now he's had happen, right? Am I mistaken? Like he was cooking with AJ Francis, he was cooking as cruiserweight champion. I think before too, he was the world champ in Impact, and I think something happened there when he dropped the belt there to Kenny, like not long after. So yeah, just praying he's doing well, you know. So Reiklon Stevens, I believe I said that correctly, is preparing to make his in-ring debut. Ezekiel Jackson. He said, I'll be doing a few of these vlogs leading into my first match back in a few years. I'm scheduled to be at FWE in North Carolina on March 15th. I keep asking myself if I ended my career the way I wanted to, and for the most part, I didn't. I've always had that little bit of a chip on my shoulder. I want to end this the way that I want to. I've always had a bucket list of people that I would love to compete against. So we're looking into scheduling a few things. I'm accepting bookings, and this should be fun. I'm excited to see how this plays out. Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that people thought ended his prematurely, you know? Pause. No did. No, but he's dipped out, and everyone is kind of like, damn, Ezekiel, you could have did more there, I feel like. So I don't know, moving along. Here is the New Japan Cup that kicks off. Here we go. You got Tsuji taking on Evil. David Finlay gets the bye there. Then you have Yuya Uemura taking on Sonata. And then Yoshihashi gets the bye there. And then you have Ryohei Oiwa taking on Chase Owens. And Sabre Jr. gets the bye there. Gabe Kidd versus Ren Narita. Taichi gets the bye. LP, El Plethora, El Phantasmo himself takes on the Great Okan. Umino gets the pass. Naito versus Callum Newman. Jeff Cobb gets a pass. Tomohiro Ishii versus Drilla Maloney. TJP gets the pass. And I believe he re-signed with New Japan. Bolton Oleg and Bad Luck Fale. And then Shingo Takagi gets the pass. So again, if you're just like, who? If you're cutting a New Day promo right now, listening to this show, and you're just like, who? This is like a pretty stacked tournament for realsies, you know? Like this gets me excited for some New Japan. Just tune into that. Tune into it. I'm not here to tell you what to do or what to be into, but so speaking of premature earlier, Alan Cheapshot posts, here's Michael Jackson. I'm so sorry. Michael Jackson on the cover of his 1989 single, Liberian Girl. If you look closely, you'll see, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the screen here, other screen. He's wearing a copy of the NWA International Tag Team title belt that he has customized. The title was held by teams such as Janichiru Tenryu and Jumbo Suruta and the Funks. I like Dore Achamona. Giant Baba's my favorite. Antonio Inoki. Dude, that's pretty fly, though. No? That's pretty sick. They were blinging. Every great entertainer's a wrestling fan to some degree, you know? I hate that asshole Ric Flair, Chimona. And Jim Cornette. To the Fortata. Here we go. Moving along. So Elektra Lopez breaks her silencio for the first time since her WWE release. And I don't know if she's just using this name. I know WWE ain't hating and they're allowing people to use their names. But to what degree, I don't know. Like, I don't think Xia Li had to change her name. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that. I'll actually ask a couple folk on that. But because it's just smarter to own your own trademarks, right? It really just is, no matter what. Like, before you go to WWE and after. It's good to just own your own. And if you can really get over, like if Ricky Starks reached world champ level in AEW, they'd have probably just let him keep his name. But I get switching it up. Like it's a fresh start. It's a fresh coat of paint. Just like I get Xia Li wanting to switch it up. It's a fresh coat of paint, you know? But then like a Jordan Grace, it's like, well, you kind of just want to keep doing what you're doing. Anyways, Here is Elektra Lopez. I don't even know what this video is. I just bookmarked it. So let's see. Hopefully it's not like an ad for some that doesn't sponsor me. I played a couple of those by accident on the show.
Hey everyone, I have some exciting news.
God damn it, she's gorgeous. Here we go.
I am officially on subscriptions.
Yeah,
and I am super excited.
She's on subscriptions. There you go. How did I know?
Reconnect with all of my family, friends.
I'll tell you why, because I listened to the first couple sentences. I do of everything, but
followers in a brand new way. This next chapter is huge because I'm going to be
okay, go subscribe to her, guys. Here is Big Van Tetra posted a clip. And this is from PWN or PWJ. I can't necessarily see. Damaged Goods, PWJ there. Let's go.
He shouldn't be able to do a move like that.
No, he shouldn't.
It's a big thick boy here.
Oh no, will you sit down?
Oh, he's doing cruiserweight stuff.
See him do that bottom rope acai.
Oh, and then he banged his
sweet baby
shins.
mother of
And then now the guy in the ground's not even selling it. He's just checking if this guy's okay and not snapped in two. Big dude, you don't gotta do that. That was kind of cool though, right? Let's watch that one more time.
He shouldn't be able to do a move like that.
No, he shouldn't. Oh no, will you sit down? Doing too much. See him do that bottom rope acai.
Oh man.
Sweet baby mother of God.
It's never good.
Yeah, then he grabs his legs, screams. Ah! Oh my God. You gotta love pro wrestling, huh? Let's see. Vince McMahon, yeah, rumored to be in talks with Fox for his new wrestling company. Yeah, it's gonna air on Fox right after the news. No, Fox denies involvement in rumored new Vince McMahon wrestling promotion. So there you go. Let's pray to God that doesn't happen, folks. And for the love of God, keep planes out of his vicinity. This is a long one here, guys. So this is new footage. All this new footage keeps getting like unarchived. And Vince McMahon Sr. sits down and interviews Bruno Sammartino for like 6 minutes here. I mean,
just normal voice, please.
Okay, Vince, why don't you start? We're rolling.
just pulling the curtains back more and then working it like, well, you know what we're doing. It's how Triple H explains it, you know? And that package for Netflix summed it all up. Like, you guys know what's going on here. But there's a video, though, from a channel called MMA on Point that breaks down, actually, like, where the delineation comes from between pro wrestling and, like, why pro wrestling is pro, but amateur still amateur, even though they're shoot grappling, and, like, where the catch as catch can style split off, delineated from, you know, basically, I don't know. We should EFAP it together sometime. Maybe I'll do a run-in for that or something like that. But yeah, that should be something cool to react to with you guys, because a lot of people don't know, and it's okay to not know, but it's like a lot of people don't know, like, where that split happened, how to this day even it toes the line. Again, everyone's a throwback. Like, now a lot of these WWE guys like train MMA, you know, like Karrion Kross and stuff. Like, they have training. Samoa Joe can box and he knows how to kickbox, and, you know, like, people, you know, they do jujitsu now. Like, Shinsuke does jujitsu. He was Lyoto Machida's roommate and stuff. The crossover's always been there, but even at like the high level in WWE now, it's not just like the Hulk Hogan dudes. There's a lot. And like with the NIL, man, those are real athletes. It's not just like bodybuilding athlete. It's like, no, these are real athletes. Anyways, we're not going to watch this whole thing, but I implore you, just go check it out.
Right now, I should be, according to statistics, I should be entering the prime of my career as a professional wrestler, because statistics show that from 30 to 35 are your best years, and I'm just in the 30 mark now. So if I keep training hard, maybe I have a few good years coming ahead of me.
You know, Bruno, I've been in this wrestling game for the past 35 years. And I've seen a lot of great athletes come and go. But I want to go on record as saying that you are, without a doubt, the greatest wrestler I've ever seen.
Well, thank you. That's a great compliment, and I appreciate it. But it's very nice of you. But, you know, the trips I've made around the world, I've met some fantastic men that I can't visualize, the greats of yesteryear. Like, they talk about Jim Londos and Stecker and these fellas who used to weigh at their peak 190 and 200 pounds. And in those days, the giants were the Strangler Lois, who weighed 235, 240, or the Zabiscos at 240s. And yet today, I myself am 265, and I'm lightweight next to some of the men we have today. So I can't visualize, for instance, a Landis. Can you imagine Landis against a Monsoon, a 400-pounder?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Love the business. I love like that whole 6-minute interview. Brilliant stuff, pal. Vince McMahon starting a new fed on OF. Here's a clip of Bret Hart making his one and only appearance in Ring of Honor at Death Before Dishonor 2009. The GOAT. Let's watch this.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the one and only Bret Hitman Hart.
Did they just steal the music back then too? We're on the internet, pal. Who's booking this? Jim Cornette. We're on the internet. No one gives it. No one's watching this anyways. No. No one's watching this anyways. That's too funny. But this, listen to the ovation for him. And chat, run those likes up to 100 or Jericho's doing a run-in. Do you guys really want that?
Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be back in Toronto. Thank you very much. I just want to say I appreciate everybody coming out here tonight. It's nice to be part of a show. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
He's too like he's always like, I was the greatest ever, but then when you see he gets like bashful when other people put that on him. Even when you see interviewers do it, he doesn't. He just kind of like brushes it off and then keeps putting himself over. But it's he's sitting here like, oh, me? No, I don't. Just let me get through my promo, guys. But there, you can tell he's like trying not to let it get to. It's cute. I don't know.
I just want to say that I appreciate being part of a show like this.
But it's funny just because like how much he's always put himself over. You know what I mean? The GOAT, one of the GOATs for sure. So Mrs. Cornette tweeted this out. Friend of the show, Mrs. C, said, we had the most amazing time last night at the Louisville premiere of Queen of the Ring, starring Emily Bett Rickards as Mildred Burke. This was such a great movie. Of course, it's also starring Walt Goggins. Who's the guy? Martin Cove, that's his name, right? From Cobra Kai. Who else is in it? Jim Cornette. You have Tony Storm's in it. Trinity Fatu's in it. Think, Phil. Think. There's other people. I can't remember them all, but go and see this. I'm dying to see it. My mom and stepdad enjoyed every second of it. Thank you to the cast and crew for having us. Bam. So there's old Jimbo there. Hollywood Jimbo. Red carpet Jimbo. You know what I mean? But of course, he's at the Louisville premiere. Like he's... I'm sure they did one in LA, and he's like, all that. Here's a sumo wrestler, okay, and he stops Micah Parsons, an NFL O lineman, okay, like nothing. So let's see this. And this is a little sumo wrestler, dude. These are like modern sumo wrestlers. Back in the day, like Bruno was talking about, I think with sumo is maybe a little different. Sumo's like big, massive 400-pound Yokozunas and Akibono. This dude's like an average size guy, but them ham hocks, these legs, dude, these tree trunk thighs. Okay, look, he just stops him, and then look. And then he just laughs at him, dude. Shout out Max, by the way.
I need someone in my weight class. Weight class. I go like this. Weight class.
Weight class, bro. You're like 6 inches taller than that guy. He's like a whole head taller, though. What are you talking about? Damn. So you see that? That's the power of sumo. Ask Yokozuna. Where's Mr. Fuji? It would have been better if Mr. Fuji was there, like managing them. Throws dust in Michael Parsons' eyes. Oh, that'd be funny. Okay, where else are we going with this madness here today? We got TNA news, so we'll get into this. Let me scroll down to Elektra Lopez, aka Carissa Rivera. That's her name. Carissa Rivera was backstage at the TNA taping at Full Sail yesterday. So, of course, she's familiar with Full Sail, and I don't think it's like an ugly separation with WWE. And yeah, let her show up at TNA then. That's what I mean. There's lots of wrestling places to go to these days, you know, so many options. Or you go on, what was she? Subscribe Star. What was she selling a subscription? I'm on subscription.com or whatever. So she's already got it, man. Former WWE star Ash by Elegance, who's a TNA star, says her time in the company, WWE, was extremely toxic in the Vince era, for sure. I will be completely open and honest. It was like a very toxic relationship with WWE. It was definitely a roller coaster ride for me in that company. Yeah, she's right where she needs to be in TNA right now. So here's Joe Hendry, and I believe, like, is that Masha Slamovich in this? Masha Slamovich about to slam a bitch right here at the New York Islanders game? Boo the Islanders. No. Yeah, so here they are, man. TNA doing mainstream. That's KC Navarro over there. And they're doing like big boy here at the New York Islanders on television. Let's see what happened here.
You know what? I've had enough of these questions. Masha, pick them up. Folks, TNA Wrestling is coming to the UBS Arena on July 20th. Get your tickets now. Oh, and by the way, let's go Islanders!
You know, that could have went off better. Of course, it's hard because everyone is trying to get wrestling a little more mainstream. And also, this is something that the building did. I don't even know if this is television. Looks like it was filmed for something that the building did, obviously, to sell tickets. And, yeah, the crowd reacted a little bit. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Was this the best way to plug this? It's better than not having the chance to do it. You know, it's better than sending Orange Cassidy out there on the Fulham field. And you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was all right. Here is Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. The Hardy Boys return. I think he deleted this. Yeah, so I'm not tripping out. I thought it was just because he has me blocked. I can't like play it. Maybe that is the case, but these two are being complete goofballs. And then Moose responds and is like, two senseless people who don't understand wrestling psychology talk about wrestling. SMH. And yeah, just clowning them. I don't know if Sappy deleted this or what, but yeah, Moose just owning them. And of course, yeah, people are going to clown on TNA now because the Fed for the Enjoy All Wrestling group. And why do you hate on this thing? And then they're allowed to hate on everything. And then everyone's supposed to just sit back and be like, oh no, that's chill that you're hating on all that. It's so stupid, man. Yeah, so that was TNA news, ladies and gentlemen. I'll play a banjo for you. How about that?